Today, I wish to speak with you about something that has been on my mind lately in my current place of employment. I've observed certain behaviors and heard comments from colleagues who feel that their concerns have gone unresolved. Do you believe that grievance procedures are necessary to resolve workplace conflicts? I have noticed that at times the grievance procedure, although available, is rarely followed. And this has led to some legal issues with my employer. I researched various grievance procedures online as I sought to validate my claim that grievance procedures are instrumental to resolving workplace conflict and increase productivity within an organization. To form the basis for my thesis statement, I will first present definitions for some of the terminology used throughout the presentation to ensure that we all remain on the same page. The definitions were taken from the Society for Human Resources Management website. There are various types of grievances in an organization. They're mostly grouped into pay, workplace conditions, work duties, discrimination, and of course management and employee relations issues. To address workplace grievances, employers have implemented a procedure to ensure that they are resolved in a timely and equitable manner. If implemented correctly, the grievance procedure can reduce the legal burden on an organization. According to the Virginia-based nonprofit Risk Management Center, having a procedure in place to deal with workplace grievances is like wearing a seatbelt, as a well-implemented process can save the organization from financial and reputational harm. In 2013 and 2009, the U.S. Postal Service Inspector General reported nationwide losses of $179 million and $106 million respectively as payouts to settle grievance claims. To reduce the financial and reputational costs associated with these legal claims, management should ensure that they have an equitable grievance procedure in place and one which is clearly communicated to staff and easily accessible. My employer has their grievance procedure outlined in their staff rules and regulations, which was recently finalized. This was finalized with the input from staff, and then a copy was shared with staff who are required to sign off that they have acknowledged receipt of the document, and also as a signal that they have read and understood the terms of the proposal. New staff are issued with the Staff Rules and Regulations Handbook during the orientation and onboarding process. The Chartered Institute of Personnel and Development 2016 UK co-signs the process that my employer has taken. And they advise that not only should the procedures be clearly communicated to staff, but that those involved in the disciplinary process are fully trained and understand their roles. The CIPD further advises that the purpose of a grievance procedure is to provide employees with a process should they have an unresolved complaint, provide points of contact and timelines for resolution, and resolve matters without external recourse through dispute resolution or employment tribunal. I have alluded to some of the benefits of an effective and equitable grievance procedure in my previous discussions, and I feel the most important of these for an organization are associated with financial and reputational cost. Other benefits are that it provides a space for employees and the employer to discuss any grievances. It clearly outlines the procedure and timelines for response. With my employer, our timelines can take anywhere from 3 business days to 13 business days. Chand noted that it also helps to build an organizational climate based on openness and trust. You see increased morale, productivity, and you find that there's also an increased retention rate as employees wish to stay longer with an organization who they perceive are treating them fairly. Alternately, if there is no grievance procedure in place, or if there's one that's poorly implemented, MASIS advises that it can cause production levels to fail, leading to lower productivity. Grievances may affect employees by increasing absenteeism and staff turnover, And management would have a heavier burden, so there would be more stress and strain on management relations. Employee grievances can also have an additional negative impact, as capable, experienced, and employees who have a genuine interest in the organization may leave. However, if handled correctly, the employer would not necessarily be too worried should the grievance be taken to court. They would have followed the process outlined in their procedure. They would have followed the necessary steps to ensure that a grievance is handled successfully. I do believe that once implemented effectively and equitably, that a grievance procedure can be instrumental in resolving workplace conflicts and increase productivity within the organization.